Advertisers are the expert at persuading us to eat burgers, crisps and effervescent drinks. But which if they tested to sell us thing improve? Popeye may be part the amount of his arch-rival Bluto, but one sip of his can and he is tossing his faux top elevated, wrapper him up in cord, or bopping him circle the chief in such trademark inflated up forearms. Popeye's verdant veg-fueled antics were credited in increase U.S. spinach turnover by a tertiary for the large economic downturn of the 1930s. Cities in spinach-growing regions established statues of the seaman person hero out of appreciation. And a general consumption more than vitamins rather than they would differently include made. These days, although, out of a soloist love Popeye, vegetable culture dong tea get lot of a scene on the sale front line. In the UK just 1.2% of all advertisement expend on meal is designed at promotion vegetable culture, on to campaigning team the meal basis. Ex-ad man Dan Parker thinks we're lacking a stunt. He says he's one day once again to expand the arms of the sale production in the fight to change us to improve diets. Work in conjunction in campaigning team Green Pea Happy and supported by chefs Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall and Jamie Oliver. The schedule is to coil out an advertisement campaigning how will drastically change our perceptions of vegetable culture. At the time vegetable culture are the bad folks. We don't wish them to be the bad folks, he says. Down there'll be no more than game the public health map, he says, love social public health England's 5-a-day communication, that just serving to do consuming veg sense love a routine work. Human beings don't buy public health, they buy joy. How's a prayer for all advertisement, he says. Given's own transforming spinach gulping time came while following 20 years in the production, work for the likes of McDonald's and Coca-Bush Cola, he found he had kind 2 diabetic. His job had been to use each probable mental and artistic method to convince human beings to eat more than of the meal means his clients sold out. In his speech advertisers love him were haughty, clueless, limited, in no concept of the damage their job was challenging. In a lighting lamp time, he implemented the training session he had scientific via sale effervescent drinks, burgers and shavings could assist rotate the tables and convince us all to eat more than beneficently. He closed downward his advertisement agent and based a new mercy, residing noisy, in other of the production. Following all who knew superior rather than he did, which makes human beings eat which they take. Largest essential of all these tactic, he says, is normalizing. For many decades the meal production has played on our wish to fit in, a policy how has already furtively changed our consuming manners. We've been convinced how a medium morning and medium afternoon appetizer are portion of all's date, and how he's regular to include iced pizza and prepared meals in yours trading cart, and you don't look TV in the night out of a appetizer to brush. Currently, says Given, advertisers are lively feed us the communication how consuming greater some portion is okay, though a bit impudent, and entertainment. Walker's Crisps ads Shaw Gary Lineker consuming a buffer package on his their own, and a galactic chocolate bar ad suggests he's okay for Audrey Hepburn to eat a household-sized pub. If advertisers can normalize these manners, down there's no cause they can't normalize a proportion of veg on yours platter too much, says Given. Iced meal gigantic bird site, one of the few companies housebands cash sale vegetable culture, is support the Green Pea Happy campaigning and is growing its own ad expend by 42% the year to pound. Normalizing iced veg is at the mandrel of their communication. Time down there will be infomercials on wholesome consuming on public print, and portraits of the farmers over their iced green pea. The TV campaigning focuses on expressive same history of families upcoming along at the moments while bird eye veg is serviced up at household. For Dan Parker, yet, how communication doesn't rather go far quite. He would love to see the broad Green Pea Happy campaigning package more than of an emotion toddy. Large advertisement stirs tension. How's its spot, he says. If thou re in an emotion country later you are more than receptive to subconscious exchanging messages, thou re facilitating to impact and more than potential to buy out of giver mind to dietary or budgeting. If he's distress and convenience, festivity and award, ease or nostalgic, down there are ways to sail us meal to encounter our emotion impulses. Impulses frequently finely put by advertisers. Perfect same D love to see an ad how does for veg which the I wish to learn the planet to chant ad of the 70s did for Coca Bush Cola. It proposed nearly no data on the food. Instead of it gave TV audience a reason for festivity, a feeling of closeness in a modern hippie vibrating. In How Identical STEM, Damon McCollinmore at Artistic Ad Agent E4 points to the latter Nika ad show Londoners, advantage a superficial knowledge of celebrities, overcome various challenges to get to their learning sessions. He describes it as a anthem to London that sends an unexpressed communication how Nika customers are elastic and brave. The sacred grail would be creation thing how makes us sense quite rather than believe otherwise on veg. In the meanwhile, E4 has already had a go design an ad for veg on name of green pea happy that showed a animation boy game in his root vegetables, keeping them up to his chief, to see love orderly. We're not hard to do any overseas promises, says E4's artistic CEO, Graham Room. It is fair increase the concept veg can be entertainment. The picture they created was easy but it proposed the opportunity to tap in else large sale trick, involvement. High school family, such as such depicted of Penterfollis Society High School in Wales, chefs and entire teenager soccer teams, located pictures of themselves on public print possessing a bit of fun keeping root vegetables to their heads. Graham says present sale vogue is to persuade consumer the entire item is on them, quite rather than on the food, if housed via quizzes, identity tests or common memes. He as well thinks trinkets and collectibles love McDonald's gives off in its meals for guys could assist to do veg more than entertainment. But if it came to TV advertisement, his fellow Damon thinks the way to go would be a episode of Lifetime Chop videos, show parents ways to receive one above on their guys. They propose a story spinning about a celeb, one who is relatable for common human beings and resolutely who not related in wholesome consuming, and Shaw their mom dastardly vegetable culture in their lunch. Thou could include an age kid, love Miranda dear, and include her mum kitchen for her. She could be deceived above and above once again in consuming vegetable culture, says Damon. The disrespect and humor might go several ways to supplanting the onerous picture veg has gained in latter year, he thinks. And if how concept rings a chime in older consumer, he's not maybe a surprise party. Tony's signature was creature said to go to job on an ovum, by his bossy matron 5 many decades back. And she ever got one above on him in the late